Everything I've read ever, I've only given 6 books a 5-star rating. That's how you know that these books are going to be absolutely insane. When I give out 5 stars, I do not give them out willy-nilly, okay? I am very picky with my 5 stars. And I track everything on my Goodreads, which is in my link down in the bio. So without further ado, let's get started. Book number 6, which is The Power of... Yeah, girl. This one is a little bit crazy. This book, if you haven't been able to tell just from the title alone, is empowering and is very bold. It talks about confidence, how to be unforgettable, and teaches you how to set comfortable standards in dating. And it also teaches you how to set standards for yourself as a woman. Now, obviously there's some chapters in this book that not everyone's going to agree with, and that even I don't agree with, and that's okay. The point of the book is just to get these in the hands of women and assisting them in any problems that they may have overall in life. Specifically, this book is very relationship focused, either when it comes to friends and when it comes to dating, but also the biggest part of this book is the relationship with yourself. And I think that's why I enjoyed this literally so much, was because it teaches you not only your standards in dating, but the relationships that you set with yourself. And it teaches you that when you are looking at another woman, sometimes you see something and maybe you get jealous or almost self-conscious in a way. Instead of being like jealous or being like your first instinct to be like, oh my god, I want what she has, just admire what she has as a woman and appreciate what you have, but also appreciate the fact that you know that you want those things now because you've seen that other woman have them. But I literally have an entire page of notes on my phone dedicated to this book from the amount of knowledge that you get just from reading this one simple piece of text. And honestly, it's something that I carry with me even now. Some of the ideas in this book are just amazing and others not so much. And you can disagree with whatever you want. But I feel like very deeply this has a great deal of messages hidden within the text. And therefore, it is my 6th place in my 5-star reads. Number 5. Now we start venturing more into the fiction realm. And first, to start us off, we have a fantasy read. Number 5 is Queen of Air. Now, I know what you guys are thinking. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? The 3rd book was your favorite. Now, I liked the series as a whole. But sometimes when you like a series and you think things are going great and that you're like, all the pieces are puzzling together, everything's fitting, the ending is what wraps it up for me. If the ending is not good, then the series itself as a whole is not good, because there's some pieces of the puzzle that aren't pieced together in book 1 and aren't pieced together in book 2, and you have to wait till book 3 for all of those pieces to kind of puzzle out. And the ending between the relationship between Jude and Carden is what I was really paying attention to in this book. Now, the Folk of Air series as a whole has a very unique vibe. It's amazing, and it was a brilliant, whimsical ending to the Folk of Air series, and I think that's why I enjoyed this book so much more. Number 4. Better than the movies. So if y'all literally know anything about me, anything at all, chat, you know I love a good rom-com. You know that I would sit in this chair and rot for 6 hours at a time, okay, just to watch like 3 good rom-coms in a row. And this book literally felt like a rom-com movie. It felt like a rom-com movie. If I were to lie to you and tell you that I was not in the middle of this hee hee ha ha funny, kicking my feet in the air because it was so good. Is this YA? Yes. Do you have to keep that in mind while reading this? Also yes, because there are some parts in this where it's like, I don't know about that. But you have to think the characters are set almost like high school, middle school age, and so they're not very adulty, okay? Yet, chat. So when things are said in this, you have to take them with a grain of salt. You have to. This book has the fake dating trope, the almost enemies to lovers, and like the rom-com-y stunts that you like know are gonna happen, and you're kind of like embarrassed almost for the main character before you even know what's going to happen next. It has that undertone to it, and it makes for such a good time. Not to mention that they're like neighbors, and they have like this enemies to lovers vibe going on, but then you find out like midway through the book that maybe things aren't as they seem. Maybe they're not as they seem at all. And Wes freaking Bennett, child. Wes Bennett. Gosh, it's so cute. It's so cute. Okay, moving on. Book number 3. We are in the top 3, girlies. Top 3, okay? Don't have the physical copy of the 3rd book, but I do have the deluxe collector's edition of the 1st, okay? Because the 3rd book has not come out yet, and the second book of the collector's edition is ugly, in my opinion. So if the 3rd book comes out and it looks anything like the 2nd, I will cry. But I do love this one, okay? And I am slowly collecting these in the collector's edition, because tell me this literally isn't the most beautiful thing you've literally ever seen. Yeah, I know, girl. Now, I will preface this by saying the Dreamland Billionaire series is definitely not for everyone. If you are not like a big Disney-esque fan, I don't think you're gonna like this. I'm going to be so for real with you. I will not think that you will like this book. Now, am I saying that this is like Disney heavy? No. What I'm saying is that it has a lot of similarities to Disney itself, like Disney as in the parks, Disney. Now, throughout the series, you're introduced, okay, to the younger brother, the one that is like carefree. He doesn't really care what's going on. Introduced to both of his brothers, and they're like these serious type of men, okay? They're both the more serious, responsible type. And then you get Cal, okay? And Cal is carefree. Cal does not care. Cal, okay, is the one that would literally protect your fiance from you if you were in an argument and slam the door in your face and be like, no, you hurt her, stay away. Cal is my man, okay? I like Cal. Now, was I utterly unprepared for the way this 3rd book was going to go? Abso-freaking-lutely. Now, this 3rd book is full of drama, chat. Full of drama. Small town romance, different POVs, okay, because you're getting POVs and like glimpses of the characters' relationship while they were still in high school. But also, you are getting Cal's point of view and him dealing with alcoholism, which literally is not talked about enough. And I swear it's like every single time he had a setback, it like stabbed me in my heart. Every single time. I was so pissed. I was genuinely so mad that like almost halfway through, I literally wanted to give up on the book. Because he's claiming that he loves this other character, that he loves Alana so much. He still picks up the glass. He's still chugging them down, and he says that he loves them so much. And it's so defeating. Like, genuinely wanted to make me freaking scream. And then after about halfway through, we start seeing improvement from Cal. And we start seeing him come out of his shell and start seeing him actually address this as a problem and realize that he no longer wants to be this version of himself, that he would like to move forward and become a better version, not only for himself, but also for Alana and her daughter. And oh my god, does he. And the freaking quotes on this, I'm not even kidding you, chat. I am not an emotional person. I have never once cried over a movie. I have never once cried over any piece of media ever. But when I read this book and he finally said, okay, this quote that I'm going to show you, I literally teared up. Like, I literally felt myself about to bawl, but then I was like, no, I'm too cool for this, and I sucked it back up. But I literally almost cried. I was this close. One single gust of wind would have made that tear drop down my face. And my favorite quote is, I dare you to wait for me. The real me, the sober me. the best me, who wants to spend the rest of his days getting drunk on life with you. When he said those words, that he was actually going to leave, not only just for himself and for selfish reasons, but to get better for her and her daughter, I was like, why are you leaving them again, bro? Like, my emotions, I couldn't handle it. So that's my opinions on Final Offer. My second 5-star read, Heartless. I wanna be a cowboy, baby. Yeehaw, chat, we're taking it country. Talk about a freaking slow burn. Slow burn. Now, if y'all watched any of my reading wrap-ups, y'all know I read Flawless. Bull riding, okay? Bull rider. Rhett here, okay, is the bull rider. He's reckless. He's literally the embodiment of chaos himself, okay? So, what do you have to balance out chaos? Order, girl. You ordered a big old single daddy trope. That's what you ordered. Now, in this book, Summer, okay, has a best friend that's absolutely insane, and you get little peeks of her personality coming out through this book. It made me really excited for book number 2, where it addresses the strict older brother and the carefree nanny. Now, when I tell you that I love Willa, it's an understatement, okay? I live, laugh, love Willa, okay? Willa is the embodiment of chaos herself. Okay, now if you thought Rhett was bad, here's Willa, okay? Because you're telling me that she goes to the small town to visit her best friend, and immediately she's like, oh, okay, well, his brother's hiring a nanny. Let me try this out for funsies. And then she ends up with a slow burn, okay, with her employer. And the way that these two, like, complete each other, the banter they have, the little signs that they're, like, caring for one another, and that they can't breathe or, like, live without one another. And, okay, the way that she absolutely cares for Cade's child is just freaking adorable. And one scene of the book, Willa is, like, babysitting, and the child goes to a birthday party. The kid's getting picked on, and Willa is sitting at the birthday party, sipping her little drink, talking to the other moms, and then the kid comes up to her and he's like, Willa, somebody's picking on me. And the way she goes over there and just pushes the little kid into the pool is, like, actually iconic. And, like, what my inner thoughts would be saying in that moment too. And I feel like that's what made me like her so much as a character. And I feel like as characters, their chemistry just shone through so much. And not only that, but the little element of the child involved too just made this book so good. I'm kind of thinking that that my top 3 all have children. Is that saying something about me? Number 1. The number 1 spot goes to First Time Caller by B.K. Borson. Talk about freaking romantic. This book is so freaking cute. So cute. Aiden and Lucy. Lucy is a single mom, okay? And she walks in one night and her daughter is on the phone with a very older man and talking to this older man about, like, relationships and stuff. And Lucy goes running into the room asking her, who the heck are you freaking talking to right now? Why are you talking to an older man? The daughter's like, Mom, chill out. It's a radio host. Girl, what do you mean it's a radio host? What do you mean? So Lucy then takes over the conversation and starts talking to the radio host and talking to her daughter at the same time, and realizes that her daughter was trying to get dating advice for her mom, and that she thinks her mom is lonely, so therefore her mom needs a man. Now Lucy starts venting her frustration live on air on the radio station just to the host because he feels so easy to talk to. Now this clip absolutely blows up online. It manages to save the entire radio station, but also cues the segment to where Lucy and our host Aiden are on air together. Now, what makes this book so freaking special is their chemistry. Not only are you reading the book dual POV from Aiden's point of view and from Lucy's point of view, but you also get a hint of what the readers are like listening to and feeling at the same time, which is like so unique, and I haven't seen this concept done before and executed very well. When I tell you, it was addictive, okay? And I felt like I was one of the listeners listening into everything that was happening around the radio show, but also Lucy is going on dates to try and find her ideal man and reporting them live to Aiden and the other guest, and the other guest can hear how jealous this is making Aiden, and it's just like, oh my gosh, like you guys are meant to be together, like shut up, stop going on other dates and just get together already. No, I was definitely kicking my feet. I was definitely sitting here hee-heeing, ha-haing, nose in book, reading, laughing because of the way that they message one another. I don't know what it is about the messaging between main characters, but for some reason I find it hilarious. And I mean, literally everything about this book was so addictive. And if you have the privilege to listen to this as an audiobook, the freaking characters, the way that these people talk is amazing. It fits the story so well. And you even have these little clips of like when they're on air versus when they're not on air. And I feel like the audiobook version of this book is what made me love it so much more. But seriously, I did not want this book to end. Now, I need more 5-star reads. I haven't found a 5-star read in over 6 months. So if you guys could leave a couple of comments down below with your recommendations, I would literally very much appreciate that, because I haven't found a 5-star read in 6 freaking months. I have been reading and reading and reading. I've read a total of 30 books so far this year and haven't found a single 5-star book. When I tell you I'm picky, I am picky. And I would like you to know that if you comment down below, I will be reading those books because I need the feeling of another 5-star book. And I could use a good hee hee ha ha feet kicking moment because I haven't had that in 6 months. But this video was suggested, so if you guys have any suggestions for videos in the future whatsoever, comment them down below, because I do look at your comments and I do see every single one of them and they fill me with so much joy. So please leave a comment down below, and if you guys haven't already, check out some of my other links so you guys can follow me on different platforms. But I am gonna let you guys go. Goodbye.